G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do another resin coaster pour for you today. Just had to take my glove off so I could turn my video on. And I've got my resin sitting over here. I'm not going to pick it up because it's sitting in a warm water bath. And today's resin is Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat. That's the part B. I'm almost out. Part A, well, the label fell off when I soaked it in a water bath a while back. But now I just pour out what I want and then I put that in a water bath. So I'm not warming up the whole jug each time. I've gone through with a piece of masking tape and I've picked up all the little bits of dust and things over the whole coaster there. Now today I'm going to try red. See how that goes. When I was looking at my colours, I thought, I really don't have much in the way of red. The only red pigment paste I have is this one. It's called Red Violet. I have got a lighter red, but it was more of an orangey red, so I'm going to go with that one. That's by Solid Solutions. And then this is a tint from Susanna from Lorez Expressions. I'm not sure if it's an alcohol ink, but it's a tint. So I'm going to use that. I'll have to ask her if it's an ink or not, because I'm not supposed to put ink in if I've dyed my own glass with ink. So anyway, hopefully it'll be all right. And then I've got this red. It's called Gold in Crimson. It's by Fairy Dust Pigments. So, because when I was looking at my reds, like I had a pinky red. I had like bronzy reds. There wasn't anything that was like a dark red. You know, there were either two pink or two bronze. And I thought, that's the closest I had. So I'll have to look at getting some reds, I think. Although I probably won't do a lot in red, but you never know. So I'm trying to get a pigment, a paste, and then, you know, a tint, a liquid. So that's my resin. It's a bit bubbly still, but we'll go with it. Now I'm going to do half a cup. These are my 4-ounce cups. 120 mils they hold. So let's just, not sure how much to put on. We'll just put that much on the end of the stick in there. And give that a mix up. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, that looks nice. I don't know whether to put my paste on the outside. I was going to do paste, then liquid, and then mica. I don't know. Or maybe I need to do mica first. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do mica first. Only because I like the way the mica pulls everything into the center. I don't know, you guys. I just don't know. That seems to be enough anyway. It's quite strong. I mixed this one with the blue and then I've got a purple. So I've got lots of different colors in that. Now let's go with this one. See, even this one's not really a red. Maybe I should start with the dark. There we go. Put that in. Scoop of that. And then what I'm going to do, this is what I've been starting to do, is just put a little bit of resin in to make a paste first. That way it doesn't all fly around so much if you just make a little paste first. And then once it's mixed in, then add the rest of your resin. I've just found that's easier. It doesn't fly everywhere and get everywhere, and then it tends to mix better, and then you don't have like little bits left if you've mixed up a whole cup of resin. Now, fill that, so that's half. And stir that one in. And hopefully I don't need any more because I've just mixed it all. It's kind of a, see, even that's like an orangey shade, but yeah, The other one, I'll show you the other one I was going to use. I'll grab a few. See, this one is quite pink. It's called fuchsia. So I was debating whether to do that, but then I thought I'll leave it till I have a pink one. This is quite nice. This is called red grape. But again, it's not a red, it's more of like a purpley colour. And then this one, it's called lipstick pink, so it's quite pink. So I don't know. I'll have to try them all at some stage, but I went with this one just because it was the closest I had to red. Actually, oh, I don't know. No, I'll stick to it. I've never done the mica on the outside. I've always done the paste on the outside, so let's just try it today and see what happens, hey, because I'm into experimenting. Now half a cup again for the tint. Again, I don't know if it's an alcohol ink or whether it's an ink actually. I was just told it was a tint, and the lovely Susanna sent me a couple of free samples, a blue and a red. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 3 and see what that looks like. So it kind of doesn't spread like an ink does. Okay, it's quite transparent. It's more like an orange there. I'm going to put another 1, 2, 3 in, and you can just keep going until you get the color that you want. It's a little bit darker, but it's still looking orange. So that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 drops. But you know, that pigment paste is quite dark, so I think it'll be fine. Now these two colors are too similar to put next to each other. This is what I do when I do my acrylic pouring. Like, I would never put those two similar colors next to each other. It just wouldn't work. So now I'm going to have to rethink this. Okay, so let's do the mica powder on the outside, then the paste, then the whatever it's called, the tint, and then the clear, and then my glass. This is the crushed rock that I coloured myself. Did you guys see the video where I made up my own colours? If you haven't, check that video out. This is the red that I made. Look at that. So let's pour some of that in. I'm not sure how much, but and then we'll just put some resin in just to make it stick together. We don't need a lot. Again, just a little paste of it really. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So if you've dyed your own rock with alcohol ink, you can't, as far as I know, you can't use alcohol ink in the rest of your resin. Otherwise, this will run. That's what I was told. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But that's it. There, it looks amazing. So we'll start with this one on the outside, and then hopefully we'll just have a clear center with some of the rock in it. So let's get going. All right, mica first. So this stone coat is a little bit more on the thick side. I guess you would call it a medium viscosity as far as I know. See how it's kind of flowing out in a ribbon instead of just pouring out like one of the recent resins I was using. I don't know that I'm going to have enough here. I have to make up some more. Probably didn't need to make such a thick ring maybe. All right, I'm going to have to add more. Let's do it. I'm going to pour a little bit in. Now I'm not going to have the same colour, am I? Because it's going to be a little bit different. Never mind. Let's put a little bit in first, mix it up. And then I'll add a little bit more resin. It's flying away a little bit because I still had some resin in the bottom there, so I probably didn't need to add that much. And yeah, I probably didn't need quite so much paste, mica, like colour. All right, now I just need a little bit. I don't need a lot. I just need enough for those two. So let's see if that's enough. I got 4 out of half a cup, so this is 1/4 of a cup. Should be plenty, shouldn't it? All right, let's do it. And the last little bit. Hope we can go around. Hope we got enough. I'll just have to scrape that last bit out because it's sticking to the sides. Yeah, it's a bit of a thicker resin, this one. I guess it has its pluses and minuses. It's good that it's thicker because it doesn't move as much, but the negative is it might hold its bubbles a little bit more because it is thicker. So there we go, that's the first colour down. Put my little cup onto a piece of paper towel. Now I'm going to do a puddle. Try and get the same size puddle for all of them. I've got a piece of paper towel down here as well. Paper towel is amazing stuff. I use it all the time. And then I use it to clean out my resin jug as well. Oops, stick has stuck to me. I just need to put a little bit more in here, I think. I don't know why it hasn't gone in there. In you go. Indigo violet, as they say. Indigo. All right, now this is where I'm going to pour in this ink from up high. Hopefully it'll spread out a little bit. Or tint, I should say. Oh, I haven't got enough again. My gosh. I'm not used to working with such a thick resin. I mean, I have used it, but it's a very cold day today too. Oh, I was going to zoom you guys in. Hang on. Because you're kind of off center. Let me just do that. Oh, hang on. I have to clean my hands first so I can get my gloves off. Such a rigmarole doing videos. I can't just pour, can I? No. I do love the interaction with you guys, so I do. I think I do it more for you guys than I do it for me. Let's move you over a little bit. All right, there we go. Get my glove back on. I've got my wristbands there so I don't get resin on my wrists when I'm putting my gloves on and off. Okay, in you go, in you go, and in you go, because you didn't have enough last time, did you? I think I was running out. Yeah, it's very thick, this, but it doesn't blend as much as some of the other resins. So yeah, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, who knows. Right, let's stir up this clear, and in goes the clear from up high. Push all those colors out, kind of filling it up a little bit now. I'm going to push it right out. Put some more in. I've got plenty of clear. I made up, what did I make up? Stone Coat is a 1-to-1, so it's pretty easy to measure out. Just have to clean up my mess as I go along. What did I make? I wrote it down. I had 570 grams of resin. I don't think I'm going to have a clear center though. Oh, that's all right. I'm going to put some crushed rock in there anyway. All right, a little bit more clear. I do like to use these little paper cups though for my clear, or for everything, because it just pours so nicely. All right, so now I'm pretty much done. Now I'm just going to start filling these up a little bit more with the clear. Like so, and then I'm going to need to torch and get some bubbles reducing. All the way up to this one. Whoa, you're getting full. Oh, okay. I have to be careful. It's starting to fill up. Funny about that. Some pouring resin into them. Of course they're filling up, you silly woman. Okay. Now which one needs a bit more? You need a bit more. So I'll pretty much fill them up almost all the way to the top, and then I'll add my crushed rock. But now I'm going to torch. I just need to get another baby wipe out to clean my hands off so that I can pick my torch up. So you can see the mica powder, how it's doing its thing. Does that little pattern on the inside there. All right, let's torch. Lots and lots of bubbles. But that's okay, I can torch them. I personally don't like using the embossing tool or a heat gun, only because the air movement disrupts my pattern, and I don't want that. So I just rather be really careful with my torching. The only time I've ever had anything stick was when I was using one of those really cheap China molds, you know, those white ones. It's the only time anything has ever stuck for me anyway. Now I'm just bringing them up so that they're all almost doming. You're full enough. It's kind of like we've got a little pink center. Does look bronze, doesn't it? Like, I don't know. I tried for red, you guys. I really did. I did. It's just not working. Oh, see, now I've got red stone, I've got orange, and then I've got pink. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to use a spoon. Hang on, because this is going to be a bit tricky to get in here. Just going to put a spoonful of sugar. Makes the medicine go down like so. Let's be careful I don't drip. I only want it in the middle. Oh, I nearly dripped. It looks as if my mica powder is going to really take over. dropped a piece of glass. Get back in there. Well, it doesn't look as if it's going to be what I had envisaged with a red coaster. Does it? Never mind. All right. Now I'm going to just pour a little bit more clear on top of that rock, just to kind of push it down, make sure I haven't got any poking through the top. And then I'll torch again, and then we'll be done skis. Not breaking any banks, are we? Not overflowing anywhere. I do like having them right up to the top though, because then they make that dome, you see. And then you don't get a lip when you take the molds out, the coasters out of the mold. You don't get that lip. I don't know that my mica powder was a good choice. It's this one. It looked more red, but it's called Gold in Crimson, so it gives that goldy shimmer, which I guess in one way is okay, because now I know that I need to paint the edges in gold. It's kind of made that decision for me. The bubbles seem to be coming into the center, which is really nice with this stone top. What's it called? It's got too many names. Stone coat, countertops, art coat. It's got too many names. I can't remember them all. But the bubbles seem to be coming into the center, collecting into the center there, which is nice. All right. Oh, yet again, there's something. Is there something in there? Or is that just, it's hard to know. No, I don't know if it is. All right, I'm going to get these grubby gloves off. How am I going for rock? Does the rock look okay? Yeah, see, I better not play with it anymore, because if you start digging around in there, your little patterns that you've created, or it's creating, will kind of get messed up. So just leave it. Now I've got a little bit, I've got another pyramid mold. I'm going to pour some, I don't want to waste my resin, I'm going to pour my clear in here. Like so. Probably don't need all of it. I'll give it a little torch. This is the one that stuck last time, so I'll just be really careful. All right, so that's it there. Nothing really to show. A bit of clear sitting on top of my bit of gold from the other day. And yeah, when I have a little bit of resin left over, I just pour it into that. And then you have a beautiful piece at the end. Now, get my gloves off. This is my previous one that I made. Really pretty. So yeah, I'll have a collection of them soon. Now I can see more bubbles forming, but I'm going to take you down for a close-up first so you can see what's going on. So not really the red that I wanted, but it's really pretty nonetheless. We'll see what happens. Maybe I needed, you know what might have worked was a little bit of black around the edges, and then this one, just to kind of darken that. What do you think? And then we've got, well, we've got more of a pinky center anyway. It's not really picking up that red center. I don't know. I guess in hindsight, because I wanted a clear center, maybe I shouldn't have used a red ink, because now I've just got a red center with red glass and it could be any color. You wouldn't know. But hey, that's okay. My first try with reds. But we'll see what happens tomorrow, see what it looks like. And paint the edges gold nonetheless. If you know of a nice red mica, let me know. And I'll see if I can get my hands on it. But maybe I'll just do like a hot pink and some reds and use this lipstick one that I wanted to use. So we'll try that next time and see what happens. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for the unmolding. Stay tuned. Good morning, everyone. Look at these babies. They look really nice. I'm happy with them. Not as, dark red as what I wanted, but I think with the colours that I used, I think they've turned out really nice. Let's have a little look, hey? Do we have some transparency? Oh, we do, a little bit. Look at that. Not the clear centre I was after, but you can't even see that I used red rock. Could have used clear and you wouldn't have known. But it's really pretty. I actually quite like these little bits of gold in here that we got from that one mica powder. Let's have a look at the back. Yeah, it's not very interesting, is it? Definitely use this side. Now, what about a little lip? Is there much of a lip? Oh, look, there's a tiny bit there. But what I'll do is I won't even get my Dremel out. I'll just use my nail file, my emery board, and just basically sand those down very gently. I'm not going to do it all now, but I'll take it outside and I'll do it. Because there's really not much, there's just that little bit there. And then I'm going to paint them with the Montmartre gold. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a nice thickness. Like my new mold. A lot of people have been saying to me, can I buy your new mold? And when I get it right, like it's not quite right just yet, I've still got these little edges that I'm getting little rough edges, but that's because I'm getting silicone that's going underneath my blank. But once I get them right, I may well do sell them if anybody is interested. Look at that. And I want to do a green one next. Oh, you're popped out all by yourself. Look at that. He's just eager to come out and play. Must have done that when I picked it up to bring it over onto this table. So again, not much to look at on the back, but on the front, gorgeous. So pretty. Even though it wasn't the dark red that I wanted, it's more of an orangey red. Just pop out so easily. See, that one's got a little bit of a lip there as well. But look, I don't think it matters. Do you get that when you buy like professionally made molds, or is it just my homemade mold that's doing that? See, I've got a little bit of transparency through there. You can see my hand moving. Not a lot, but really pretty, and it picks up that gold shimmer. So when I paint the edges in the gold as well, it's going to look really pretty. And make sure that you hold it with a glove of some kind, because they haven't cured yet, so you don't want to be putting fingerprints on the top. You can put your finger on the side there, which is going to be covered with gold anyway, but just don't put your fingers on the top, because it'll leave prints and then you won't be able to get them out. Oh, you've popped out too. Must have. Oh, this one's got a bit more pink on it. That was that I think that was the red pigment paste. Oh, or maybe it was the ink. No, I didn't use ink. I can't remember now. It's a couple of days ago that I poured these. I had to work. Work gets in the way, doesn't it? So anyway, that's them. I'm going to do a bit of sanding. I'll paint the gold edges and I'll show you the finished product soon. Stay tuned. So I've done 3 already, and I know I've shown you how to do this before, but I think people like to watch it on each video just in case you haven't seen the other videos, hey? So that's what I'm using, the Mott Mart. And so I'm going to pop that just in the background there so that you can see it. And I find the easiest way is just to pop just a tiny bit of paint into the lid. Otherwise you're dipping into the pot and you can't see where you're dipping it, and you might end up having paint right up here. So this is my gold leafing pen, which is now empty, but I really like using it for the nib. So if you've got one and it's empty, don't throw it away. And then you can see in the background there, I'm just going to dip it in. That way you just get a tiny little bit on the end of. Okay, so just dip your end in, make sure that you're not touching the edges of your coaster, and paint away. Move your hand around, dip again, paint your edges. Now because I made this mold, I've got these sort of jagged, rocky looking edges, which I think are really, really nice. It looks more realistic, doesn't it? Because you're going for, you know, agate slices here, or geode slices, which are rock. So I just find that having this nice rocky edge is really pretty. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing because it'll just bore you. So the bits that I have painted the gold on, and again, you've seen me do this before, just with your tip of your little nib there, half on the coaster, half on the top, half on the side, like that. And you're just going to very gently just follow that top edge around like that, and it just gives you a really pretty delicate edge. I personally don't like them too thick on the edge. If you smudge a little bit, you can just wipe it off if it hasn't dried and go again. So yeah, it's really, really easy to do. And just make sure you don't get your fingers in the top and smudge it. If it goes a little bit thin like that, if you can still see the coaster through, you just haven't got enough paint on your pen, so just add a little bit more and go over it. So it's as easy as that. I'm just going to pop that down for a minute. I'll finish it later. And then I'm going to use these little bumpers, silicone rubber bumpers, and you just peel them off. And I'm just going to put 4 on. Actually, you can just sit like that, can't you? Like that, you can just sit there because it's not going to be touching the paint. And there, and I like to do 4. You could possibly do 3, but then I just think that it might wobble if you've only got 3. So I just like to do 4. And you're not going to see the back of these anyway. And there you go. They just, you know, sit like that. Actually, he can sit there now because he's got feet on. And I've just got, I touched the side and I got paint on me. I'll have to fix it up. So there you go. Stay tuned. I'll show you the finished product soon.